Okay, shout out to Devale for once again, being active on social media and engaging with the fans, especially because of Zatima and the I feel okay, regardless as to the number of people who disagree with me and, want to come at me online, it does feel refreshing to talk about Zatima and the debate about how season three is being handled compared to just the back and forth. Well, actually, to be completely honest, there is no back and forth discussion about sisters. We're all kind of tired of the Gary stuff, but yeah, it's kind of refreshing. But he posted this tweet that I don't agree with, and I'm giving my thoughts on it. Imagine falling in love with a crash out that don't know any other way but to crash out. Makes you wonder what kind of pain exists underneath the laughs and charm under the mask. Better yet, what kind of pain lies beneath the person that can love that person. Now, that's not the tweet I, disagree with. Underneath, a person goes, wait, so who's to crash out in this scenario? I'm asking because our girl Fatima be crashing out too. This is the tweet that had me going, Val, come on now. I know you are on the show. You get the scripts and whatnot, but as a fan, okay. He goes, if we're being honest, Fatima never crashed out. She is extremely calculated. Zach don't even think. He just on go all the time. People often confuse the two, but it's easy to see. Zach has a record while Fatima is in law school. She sees something in Zach no one else sees. Okay, it's that first sentence. Fatima never crashed out is just a horrible, inaccurate statement. Because I think when you look at Fatima, there are so many moments to pick from. But I think the two that pop into my head first. Number one, when she went over to Hayden's place, tore up his car with the baseball bat, went into the house, threatened him and Gary, busted the TV, the glass coffee table, his father's urn. And then when she got back home, she was excited to see Zach, but then she kind of, brought it from like 15 down to a 3 when she realized that, oh no, I screwed up big time here. I went after Hayden assuming he was the reason you got arrested, but in reality, it was the whole child support thing. And then she got arrested. Yeah, Devale, that wasn't calculated. That she assumed, and look, to be fair, and I said this back when it happened, to be fair, I could see why Fatima assumed Hayden did something, because at that point, it felt like every freaking episode he was scheming against her and Zach. But Fatima was seeing red as opposed to being her calm, cool, collected self. In that moment, similar to what people are saying now about her dealing with the Zach in jail, Fatima's tired, she's fed up, she's doing something for herself. Now, given what happened in the Hayden situation, she clearly did this for Zach, but at the same time, the Fatima leading up to this point would have done her research to see exactly what was going on. Because if I remember correctly, earlier that day at work, Hayden had, said something slick, either that he was about to do something, that he already did something, or yada, yada, yada. Hence why she immediately flew off the handle. So no, that was a crash out. Next up, I think we can all agree the most recent one, where she crashed out by tearing up Deja's apartment and then whipped out the bat and started, hitting somebody's car. Devale, what part of that was calculated? Now, I feel like, a lot of people are saying Fatima, she did that because she's pregnant. Whatever. I think that, it was obviously a reaction to all the emotions she felt earlier that day, because guess what? A few hours ago, Zach had to crash out at Belinda's apartment. He had to crash out at Belinda's apartment. So she pretty much did what she did, and there was no part of that that was calculated. You want to know how I know that? because when Deja said the cops were coming and I called the cops, Fatima did nothing but shout at her. She had no rebuttal. She literally had the nerve to go, "Stop acting the way you are. This ain't the hood, Deja." And I'm thinking, Deja is ghetto and whatnot, but she's not the one going around tearing up people's stuff and getting baseball bats and yelling at folks like that. That's you, Fatima. If there's anybody acting hood or street in this nice neighborhood, it's you. That was a crash out. And I mean, also, think of it this way. Even though I don't put this at the same level of her tearing up Hayden's or Deja's apartments, when she confronted Gary at the end of season 7 outside of her building because, Andy was upset, that wasn't necessarily calculated. I mean, sure, you could argue, well, she had her gun in her purse. Yeah, but she didn't calculate the fact that this was out on the public side, not on the street, but on the sidewalk in front of a nice building. I mean, I'm just thinking to myself, yeah, she has her gun on her in case something goes down, but if she pulled that gun out and whatnot, then what would have happened? Even if that security guard wasn't there, they are out in public in front of a building, cameras, people walking by. There was no thought process done of that. She tried to handle it the way she should. She usually handles things behind closed doors. That was sloppy. And when she got shoved to the ground, that was her moment of, okay, that's it. I'm calling my cousin. And then look at where that situation got her. She certainly didn't calculate that PI getting the photos and then Robin having that to hang over her head as being a potential suspect in stabbing Gary. Man, I mean, I could go on and on. I want to be real here, and then even though it was calculated because she didn't hit Belinda, the beginning of Zatima season 1, when she fired that warning shot. Now, it was calculated that, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right. I believe Angela and Fatima were at the beauty salon, and then they saw Belinda, and then, she figured that, oh, she's probably going to go over to my house and try to make a move on my man. That was calculated. But for her to, fire the gun and whatnot, that was a crash out. It was a calculated crash out, but it was a crash out. So, yeah, I know, Devale. Saying Fatima never crashed out is not true. Let's be real here. I mean, Zach is definitely more excitable than Fatima, but to absolve her of any sort of crash out allegations, I have to disagree with. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on this. I'm interested to see if he's going to put out another tweet to kind of either, rebuttal or correct his previous statement. But yeah, I don't know. Actually, I scrolled down further. He goes on to say crash out. Oh, hang on a second. Yeah, okay. I said if I wasn't tired, and keep in mind, this was like at midnight when I first saw this tweet. Then I went to bed, and then I woke up at 4:00, and I'm recording this video at 5 a.m. I said, if I wasn't tired, there would be an essay instead of just a sentence about the subject of this post. Somebody else says, now her tearing up other people's property is not crashing out. Her beating up people is not crashing out. Come on, man. Let's not start acting delusional like Karen. LOL, love can also give you fog brain and you can't see things for what they are. Okay, Devale says, crash outs don't think about consequences. Crash outs just do shit and throw caution to the wind. That's why they're called crash outs. She got away with all those things, so clearly she had a plan. Hayden had her arrested. She had no plan. She regretted what she did only after realizing, oh no, I was wrong. And the only reason she got out was because Andy asked Robin for help, and Robin dislikes Hayden, and that was the only reason Fatima got released. So let me keep scrolling here because I didn't read all these tweets. Yeah, that's about it. Yep. Okay, well, let me know your thoughts, and I'll catch you in the next video.